Hey, so there's a couple things I wanted to quick share with you personally because today is April 21st, and I wanted to get this video out before it was no longer April 21st. April 21st means a lot to me because one of my favorite icons and musicians and artists that I don't think will ever come again, Prince, formerly known as, and then he went back to Prince. Um, Speaks about something that I have made a parody on, but I also really do believe is happening to our skies, and that's chemtrails. So, in honor of him, I would like to just, for people who haven't seen his 2009 short snippet where he does talk about chemtrails, um, and then where he got that inspiration from a man named Dick Gregory. And then I'm going to play a snippet from something else. But the reason this all came up at the same time was because I went to the doctor because it's been 2 weeks that I've had a hard time breathing. I had flu-like symptoms. They put me on 2 different antibiotics. And when I went to the doctor, I actually have video footage of what he told me the case may be. I'm not going to show you that today because I've actually saved that for another channel. Person that's been a friend of mine for quite a long time. And he's going to air that because he has a lot more followers. And I think that for me, the most important thing is that the word gets out. And this is a medical doctor who allowed me to video him stating his opinion about what I've already known and what a lot of people have known. And apparently Prince knew. And since this is the anniversary of his death, I thought it would be apropos that I would show a little snippet from that. And then also a snippet from my parody. Now, I'm a comedian, so I can't help but, in a sense, not really make fun of it. But sometimes people just don't hear messages unless they're just triggered by emotion. And I think comedy is a good way to get the message out. I mean, look at George Carlin. There's been a lot of comedians that are speaking the truth. Eddie Izzard, many comedians that, in a way, people will be more open to hearing what they have to say about the truth than someone just talking into the camera on a YouTube channel, okay? Or someone like me who hosts an animal show on ABC. I don't know that people are going to take me and what I say seriously, but I can tell you that I live in Los Angeles, California. I look up in the sky every day. I do see them, and I do know they're real. And I've been ridiculed. I've actually had people defriend me on Facebook because I do believe they exist. I've had people stop talking to me because, and what's interesting is that's part of cognitive dissonance. Like, why are you upset with me that I feel this way? I'm not upset with you if you don't. I'm just sharing my truth. So the fact that they get really angry and they want to end their friendship with me because they feel that strongly that there's not chemicals being or poisoning us being sprayed, and whether or not they want to mask it in that they're doing the world good because they're reflecting with all this barium and all these other toxic chemicals, they're reflecting the sun to keep us from a further state of global warming. I don't buy it. I'm physically affected, and I do have a medical doctor stating that, which will be airing on another channel, and you'll get a chance to see that. But for right now, it's kind of important to me to give an ode to 2 things right now that seem to take precedence in my health, which is chemtrail subject, and well, Prince. What can I tell you? I'm going to share the screen. I'm sure you guys have seen this video. If not, that's a shame because he pretty much talks about it. Oh, that's our video, my parody about it. Okay, hold on. I always have a hard time sharing the screen. Okay, we got Prince. I'm going to move myself over here. My God, this is the closest to Prince I think I've ever been. I love it. Here we go, and I'm going to unplug my microphone so you can hear him.
Well, when I saw the State of the Black Union, Dick Gregory really moved me and a lot of my friends. I show it to everybody that comes over the house, especially white folks, because they need to hear that, so that they know more about all of us, because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails.
Mhm.
And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever, and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it, because I was so moved that I had to write the song.
Okay. So because he said that, and it is the anniversary of his death, I'm going to play what Dick Gregory said at the State of the Union. And this is what Prince was talking about. I don't know if you've ever heard this part. Sorry, it wasn't plugged in there. Try that again. I think you could still hear me, but I always forget to plug and deplug. Yeah. Sorry. So what I was saying is that because it's Prince's anniversary of his death, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys knew this. I don't know if you're Prince fans, but I Would Die For You. You know that song? I would die for you. Darling, if you want me to, I would die for you. Now, this could be a conspiracy or a coincidence, which I don't really think there are a lot of coincidences, but I would die for, 4 is the 4th month of the year, April, and U is the 21st alphabet, 21st letter in the alphabet. So I would die for you. That's April 21, and that's when he died 2 years ago today. I just thought that was interesting. Now, this is who he's talking about, Dick Gregory, who, by the way, he is so... I'm sorry, this is the chemtrail cough I was telling you about. Dick Gregory, he's, bless his soul, he passed away this year. But I love watching his interviews. He's crazy. He's awake. He was a pretty awesome human being to just watch. So if you guys want to be entertained and schooled about a lot of things, YouTube some of Dick Gregory's interviews. But this is what Prince was talking about.
With all the hassle, can you have that love? I'm so tired of you black folk walking around looking all evil like that's gonna change something. Looking all mean and talking all crazy. Let them tell you about your children. How much lead are you putting in my neighborhood? Lead affects my thinking capacity. Lead is only one thing on the planet more dangerous than lead, and that's manganese. Manganese will make you kill your mama. And let me tell y'all something. If you want to see the largest homicide rate in the world, it ain't in no black ghetto in America. It's a little town in Australia where them white folks' homicide rate is 200 times what their population is. And that town just happened to be located across the street from a manganese plant.
Sit back down, Dick. Don't lose that mic. Yeah.
That town is located across the street from a manganese plant. How much manganese are you spraying in my neighborhood at night while I'm asleep? How in the world can a 9-year-old child find a heroin man, but the FBI can't find it, and you gonna tell me that's a black thing? Y'all crazy? What is this about? These are things that need to change while this brother and sisters on their way to the White House. And when you see Hillary and y'all see Brother Barack, thank him for me. And you white folks need to be thankful. Because if y'all had a brother like me, y'all would really be in trouble. That's right.
I love him. Now, this is, I'm sure there could be some other interviews where he talks about the chemtrails, but this is what he's talking that they're spraying in the air and have been for some time. So now I'm going to go on that in a little bit of a lighter note. I'm going to just play a couple, just snippets from the parody that I did about chemtrails, because once I learned about them, my first instinct is to get mad, and that doesn't really help. I want to educate and inform, and so this is also aired on a new, I call it Consparody, because it's like a conspiracy and a parody brought together. And this one is about chemtrails. So if you haven't seen it, here it goes.
I think they said it was going to be mostly sunny with a 90% chance of chemtrails. I think I'll go for a walk outside, yeah, the white sun's calling my name. I hear you now, I just can't stay inside all day. I gotta get out, give me some of those chemtrail rays. Everybody's coughing, chemtrail rays. Everybody's poisoned, chemtrail rays. Everybody's losing their memory today. It's a chemtrail, skies the air is salty, quenching. Look at the sky, the land keep on appearing. Very young fiberglass aluminum air is home. Those rising stars are down, won't clouds go away. It's a chemtrail, it's a chemtrail, you say, but it doesn't go away. Cause it's poison that they spray. 2, 3. Think I'll go for a walk outside, yeah, the white sun's calling my name. I hear you now, I just can't stay inside all day. I gotta get out, give me some of those chemtrail rays. Everybody's coughing, chemtrail rays. Everybody's poison, chemtrail rays.
I have to tell you guys something funny right there at that moment. we were hold on, let me plug this in. We were walking up and down my street with those masks. Weirdly enough, this was like oh my gosh, 4 days before the huge California fires, and so it's a good thing I had those masks because it was really bad in the air. But I was passing out these masks to total strangers while my friend's videoing us, and they're just thinking we're insane, of course, but that's okay. All for humor.
Everybody's losing their memory today.
That was on Thanksgiving, and look at the chemtrails. This is on my patio. Look at the chemtrails behind me.
It's a chemtrails day. It's a contrails you say spray. Like doesn't go away. Cause it's poison that they spray. Everybody, here we go. I think I'll go for a walk outside, yeah, the white sun's calling my name. I hear you now, I just can't stay inside all day. I gotta get out, give me some of those chemtrail rays. Everybody's coughing, chemtrail rays. Everybody's poison, chemtrail rays. Everybody's losing their memory today. It's a chemtrail
Okay. So there you go. That was called Chemtrails Alert. And honestly, it was really all I could do just to, that song will stick in your head though, I swear. It's Brady Bunch. I know for some people you're too young for the Brady Bunch, but I'm telling you, it was really, really fun to make, and there will be more. We did a clone one. I did one about food poisoning that I'll be airing in a couple days. But I just wanted to share this stuff with you, and just know that tomorrow, somebody who's been a friend of mine for a while, give you the initials, RFB, is going to be airing the actual footage that I took of my doctor's visit. And I can't believe that I actually got permission that this doctor was like, yeah, you can film me saying this. It's crazy. And I'm glad that I have it. And he's a woke doctor and not a holistic doctor. He's a medical doctor. And by the way, I've never smoked weed or that's not true. I smoked weed once and I hated it. Hated it. And I've never smoked cigarettes. So whatever's going on with my respiratory system is has nothing to do with that. Just leave that out there. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. And for those who have already seen it, I apologize. Hopefully I added a couple things that maybe you didn't see. And this is kind of how I feel about it all right now. Yep, that look. All right. I'll check in with you guys later. Namaste awake. That's mine. I thought of that. It's kind of cute. Okay. I never know how to end these things. Like, I just don't. I think I could go like that. Stop share. And then I just do this. Okay, bye.